Hello and welcome to Slightly Impressive Q&A. My name is Grifter and I am Aing your Q's. Alright, first question comes from everyone who says, what's going on with your voice? What do you mean? I've always sounded this way. No, okay, so I mentioned some medical problems in the last Q&A, I think, and then my voice started changing and everybody's freaking out. Don't worry, I'm fine. What's going on is I have a hormone disorder I've had my whole life, and I've just sort of been ignoring it up until now, or until recently, but I decided to be treated for it, and that's what's going on. That's why my voice is changing. So, I don't know if it's gonna keep changing, I don't know. Just kind of going with it. It's a really awkward thing to talk about, especially with a bunch of strangers on the internet, but it's also like a really positive thing is going on in my life. So, I don't know. But that's what's going on. So just wanted to let you know. Everything is fine. Okay, next question comes from Random Smurfing, who says, are you a hardcore altaholic, casual altaholic, casual main player, or hardcore main player? Really? Are there really that many different categories? I don't know. I guess I would pick casual main player. But I change my main around. Like, I'm not the kind of person who plays a whole bunch of different alts and gets them all raid geared and like switches around between them all, because I just don't have that much time. But I don't like to just play one class for a long time. So every few tiers I tend to switch, and it always puts me behind in gear, and it's always kind of a problem. But I can't stay interested in just one class forever. So right now, I am a Restoration Shaman. I'm thinking about going to Holy Priest for the next expansion. And I started this expansion as a Balanced Druid, so there you go. Next question comes from Evil Pancake 20, who obviously wins the Weirdest Name of the Day contest, so congratulations, Mr. or Mrs. Pancake. They say, what would you do and or go in a zombie apocalypse? Okay, so I think about this more than any rational person should. But it depends. Like, it depends on when it's happening. Like, are we talking about right now? Like, right now, I'm in my house filming a video, and I see, or like, I hear noises outside, and I look, and I'm like, whoa, there's people eating other people out there. Like, what would I do? I would go grab all the weapons in the house, and like, if there were zombies trying to get in right now, then I would just grab the weapons and go, right? But if everything seemed okay, like I had a little bit of time, I would get like camping supplies and non-perishable food items, obviously. And I would call my family, make sure they're okay. If I didn't get an answer, then I would just go to their house. And, assuming they survived, they'd probably just be like, what's going on? People are eating each other. I don't know what's going on. I'd be like, guys, it's okay. I got this. I've prepared for this. This is a zombie apocalypse. And then I just give them all the basics. Like, you gotta shoot them in the head. We need to get away from civilization. All these things. So we gather as many supplies as we could at their house. And then head to the nearest military base. And we'll see what they're doing. Maybe they're taking people in. Maybe they're protecting people. Maybe they're just gonna be like, nope, no survivors here. This place is quarantined or something. And then we would just like drive off into the wilderness or something for a while. And then our epic adventure would begin. That would be really exciting for like a day, and then it would be the worst thing ever. Okay, next question comes from Rosella Hunter. So if your name is Rosella, anyone out there, be wary, because this person is hunting you. Like, I don't know why, but I just want to give you a heads up there. So, they say, what is it about WoW that makes you want to play and make videos? I mean, I could talk about, like, what first hooked me on WoW, I guess, and that was just kind of like the whole game mechanic of, like, improving your character, like, leveling up and getting gear and things like that, and also just exploring this crazy huge world. So that's what made me, like, want to play after I tried it. But for, like, why I've been playing for so long, definitely because of the people that I play with. Like, in games like WoW, you meet so many people, you get to know people that you would never even talk to in real life. And I think that's the coolest thing about WoW is, like, like the people that I raid with. It's all kinds of different people, different ages, and different places in their lives. But even though we're all so different, we all like have this thing in common where we come together and we have a good time, just killing internet dragons. And like I guess that's what keeps me coming back. That's what keeps me logging in for raids every week. As far as why I make videos about WoW specifically, there's a lot of reasons. Like, it's just kind of the best case scenario. Like, there's this built-in audience that's huge, like millions of people, and either people currently playing WoW, or people who have quit WoW or played at some point, or just people who are interested in the gaming online community in general. Maybe they don't play WoW, but they still like WoW Machinima, whatever. Like, there's just this big audience for it. And, a game like WoW, it's easy to keep, well, it's not easy, but it's easier to keep coming up with new ideas for things, because the game's always changing. It's a really big and complicated game, and you have, the player base throwing in that element to it, and there's just a lot you can do with it. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I still keep coming up with ideas. I guess eventually I'll run out. I don't know. That'll be a sad day, but yeah, that's why. Well, also there's some nice tools, like there used to be something called Machinima Tool. It doesn't exist anymore, but like WoW Model Viewer and things like that, like MPQ Editor, things like that, that just make it a little bit easier to do what you want in the game, to film what you want. So, it's just kind of like the perfect storm for Machinima. And it happens to be a game that I really like, so that's why I make WoW videos. Okay, last question comes from Mr. RK Smiley, who says, if you had a pizza and it could talk, would you feel guilty about eating it? Well, I happen to have a pizza right here, and it can't talk, but it can get cheese all over me, so there's a thing. But it just depends on what the pizza's saying, right? Like, what kind of question is that? If I'm about to eat this pizza and it's like, hey man, you're really stupid, why do you wear that hat all the time? Your ears are big, your voice sounds funny. I'd just be like, what? Well, screw you, I'm just gonna eat you, right? But if the pizza's like, hey man, don't eat me, I'm sorry about getting cheese everywhere, I have a pizza family, they depend on my pizza income, please think of the pizza babies, then yeah, I would feel guilty. I would still eat it because it's delicious, but I would feel bad. I have a heart, okay? Jeez. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. If you have a question you'd like to submit for future Q&As, please leave that in the comment section below. I can't believe I got through that on the first take. Thank you so much for watching. I already said that part. I will see you next time. Okay, bye. Okay, so now I have cold hands and there's cheese all over the floor, so great prop, Griff.